So my friends at Huckberry just sent me something from Danner and them. Now, if you know, Huckberry's always doing these awesome collabs, and their newest one is with Danner. They did a custom version of the Mountain 600 GTX boots. So let's take a look at them. Now, as you would expect from a Huckberry collab, the styling is on point. I mean, these things are gorgeous. You've got this awesome, like rough suede upper, and then you've got the Huckberry logo on the back and this awesome color that they're calling Gold Rush. And I love this detail here of the rubber coming all the way up the sidewall to just really make them way more robust, because suede is great and this is going to look really cool as it ages. But for walking through mud and everything, the clean off is way easier for this rubberized bit. And I love that it's come up over the sidewall of the boot. Now, some other details. It obviously has a nice Vibram Mega Grip compound outsole, and it's got this split heel design that is meant to give you more traction on unstable surfaces, which is pretty cool. The outsole here has 4mm lug depth, so it's pretty grippy in a lot of different terrain. Another plus is the insole is not glued in, so that you can insert custom orthopedic footwear or anything like that if you need, or if this one wears out, really easy to fix. And speaking of wearing out, these boots are completely recraftable and resolable at Danner's facility in Portland. Now, these things are 100% waterproof, and they also have an awesome Gore-Tex lining so that it's not only waterproof, but it's way more breathable than a lot. And if you look here, you can see this cool mesh part on the tongue that helps it be way more breathable than your average leather boot. Now, are these things like the most breathable boots out there? Absolutely not. I mean, they're suede and Gore-Tex. These are at most 3-season boots. And depending on where you live, probably 2 seasons, but for a leather boot, they are very, very breathable. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, since it's a leather boot, what kind of weight is on it? It's probably heavy, right? Well, let's get into it. They're coming in right at 529 grams, which is pretty average for a hiking boot. It's not on the heavier end, but it's smack dab in the middle, which is kind of impressive, again, for a leather boot. But when you're wearing them, you don't feel like they're heavy, because they really are just an average, nice hiking boot. Then your heel stack is about 37 millimeters, so you have a lot of cushioning underfoot, and it comes down to 23 millimeters in the front foot stack. Now, that gives you about a 14 millimeter drop, which is in line with most other hiking boots. They have an incredibly wide toe box, so lots of room in there for your toes to be able to wiggle around and micro adjust, which is super comfortable and necessary for walking on uneven terrains or hiking on uneven terrain. Another really great feature is your lace options. You have these normal hiking boot flat laces, but I know when some people get the hook and loop closures on the end of their boot, they don't like putting flat laces in for whatever reason, but you also get a set of round laces, which is great. So whatever your needs are, lace-wise, you're covered in these boots. So if you're looking for a classically styled hiking boot that's grippy and comfortable, these Danners are really going to be great for you. Now, if you live in a hot climate or you do a lot of hot weather hiking, these probably aren't the boots for you, because again, they're suede, they're Gore-Tex, and they are breathable for that type of boot, but they're not like the most breathable boot out there. So if you just want these for 3 seasons or cooler weather, then absolutely get them, because you can't go wrong. And having them be recraftable and resolable means you're not having to buy a whole bunch of boots over and over if something does happen to them. But again, keep in mind that not the best hot weather option. All right, I hope this has been a great first look for you guys. And obviously I'll get back to you in a couple of months and report back how they've held up with hiking around North Georgia and everything. All right, see you out there. Bye.